All right, let's go. Come on. Ooh. Jeffree Star back at it again with another allegation of racism. How about that? Is anybody surprised? So I kind of wanted to talk about it from my perspective of Jeffree Star as like pretty much an old lady. So I was a teenager during the MySpace era and have, vivid memory of Jeffree Star in those days. He was really, really big on MySpace. And obviously it his whole look was, it wasn't his look that was necessarily different. It was definitely like, that punk rock scene kind of thing. I was super into that at the time. I think not everybody was, but at least like amongst me and my friend group and my siblings and everybody else, we were all like very like emo. I guess I was more on the emo side, but scene-ish kind of deal. And it was not a secret. It was not a secret that Jeffree Star was a racist. It was like everybody knew. Everybody knew he was racist. We all liked his music, but we all knew he was racist and an anti-Semite. I was actually brought up Jewish. Shay, come on. And, I've experienced, I guess, my fair share of antisemitism. It wasn't a secret that Jeffree Star was an anti-Semite and a racist. So I don't understand the whole thing of like, okay, let me take you through the timeline. So I'm, like 15, 16. We all know about Jeffree Star. We actually kind of like Jeffree Star, but except for like the whole racism, anti-Semitism thing. So I was never like super into him, but I knew about him. I knew his music. But I was never like an adamant fan. I think his biggest appeal for the time period was that he was, at the time, the only dude doing what he was doing. He was the only dude in makeup like that, with that look specifically, who was like gay and out there enough, and he was like, very iconic for it. And with time he kind of faded into more obscurity. Us scene kids got old, us emo kids grew up and turned into goths, and that was the end of it. And so you would understand my surprise when years later I'm an adult and Jeffree Star is back on YouTube, and he is back with the fury. I actually didn't see him, notice he was around until he had a couple million subscribers. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch these videos. Like, I don't want to support him. Do people, like, I literally had those thoughts of like, don't people know? Like, don't they know that he's like a racist and an anti-Semite and like not a good person? And so like for a while there, I was definitely on I'm just not gonna watch him. I'm gonna ignore the whole situation. But he was around, and his fame steadily grew, and then his like big apology video came out where he just like goes at it, right? And as somebody who works in the mental health field and has, for a long time, I do believe that people grow, they get older, and their views change. My view of it is that people don't actually change, they grow. You know, you're not going to just change overnight. You have to grow as a person. And I was like, okay, it's been a lot of years. It's been a long time since I've seen Jeffree Star around. Maybe he has. Maybe he's grown. Maybe he saw like, hey, this isn't it. This is kind of bullshit, and I need to start acting. I need to start acting right, and I need to start challenging my views of things. I need to start challenging myself and grow from this and stop looking at people in this way and stop treating people like garbage. And I liked his apology video. I really did. I was like, okay, this is it. This is a look. This is a thing. And so I was like, okay, I'm into it. I'm gonna give this dude another chance. I want that for people. I want for people who are prejudiced to grow from it and become better people and change and learn from their mistakes and see that their belief system is trash and grow from it. I want them to change. I want that for them. So I literally just wanted to believe, okay, let's see, let's do this. I started watching his videos. I'm not like a huge makeup person. I wear very little makeup, and but I liked his stuff, and he was funny. I liked his boyfriend. I liked his dogs. And so whatever. I was not like a stan, but I was like, okay, whatever. Jeffree Star, cool. I like Shane Dawson. I think he's funny. Whatever. So let's get into it. And the thing that really turned the corner for me, which was also super recently, back to Jeffree Star's a garbage person and I don't like him, is the Dahvie Vanity stuff. If you don't know about Dahvie Vanity, look into it. There's 5 million fucking videos out there right now. Watch the interviews of all his victims. Every day more people are coming forward. This dude is a serial rapist, a serial child abuser. And so I'm not one to be like, to hold anybody else accountable for somebody else's actions, but it was Jeffree's handling of the situation that really got to me. He did an interview with Chris Hansen. He did an interview. He went on podcasts with, I want to say it was Keemstar and his buddies. And it was trash, y'all. He took zero accountability. He pretended like he didn't know what was going on. He didn't know anything. How could he have known? And the one thing that he said that I was like, okay, I get it, was when he was like, I asked such and such person who was the mother of children what her take on this was, and she told me this, and that. And I was like, okay, you know what? That's a thing. But he still took zero accountability for his part in all of this, and it was trash. If you guys know who the Dahvie Vanity situation, you know Damien, you know who they used to go by Jesse Slaughter, and something they said in an interview was so poignant to the way that Jeffree is acting and so polar opposite to the way that Jeffree was acting. They said, there are things that I saw and that I perpetuated as an 11-year-old, as a child, that keep me up at night because they know and they take accountability for the fact that they were around at the time. And they did help perpetuate a culture where it was possible for other children to be abused. And Jeffree Star could not take the same amount of accountability. It is, of course, not Damien's fault that any of this happened. It is not their fault that this person is and was a piece of garbage, child abuser, serial rapist. It wasn't. But they were still able to take accountability for the role that they played in the victimization of other people. And that's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem with Jeffree. That he is not able to do the same thing. He is unable to take a good look in the mirror, be introspective, and say, hey, even if I did not make Dahvie do anything, it's not my fault that he abused people. I played a part in the cycle. I booked gigs with this dude. I made music with him. And I put my fans in a terrible position, in literal danger. Because his whole excuse of oh, my fans would this is something that he said that my fans came to the shows and they would just leave after I performed. That's bullshit, okay? Like I said, I was in the scene. I was an emo kid. Nobody was leaving shows early. Nobody was leaving after the one band they came to see. There were always 4, 5, 6 bands playing together. And everyone stayed because guess what? You wanted to stay. Look at this person's garden. It's so beautiful. You wanted to stay because you wanted to hear the other music. You wanted to get into other bands. That happened to me a bunch of times where I would go to a show and I would stick around for the other acts, or somebody would play before the band that I came to see, and I would fall in love with their music and I'd buy their CD. That's what we did back in the day. You know, we torrent stuff too, like we download music, but you buy a little CD here and there. And it was a really, oh, don't look, it was a great way to learn about other musicians and see other bands. Nobody was leaving after one dude performed. And if you liked Jeffree Star, you knew who Blood on the Dance Floor was. You knew who they were. You knew they did music together, and you wanted to stay and watch them perform together. So that's just complete and utter bullshit. Complete garbage lies out of him. So that's where I'm at with the infamous Jeffree. I have heard these new... I don't know that much about the new allegations. I've obviously seen a couple videos, but that's about it. And it honestly just... It seems like the same old, same old. People are saying, like, hey, this dude treats people like trash. He treats people like they're garbage. He's so rich and so powerful right now that he just feels like he can do whatever he wants and he can treat people whatever way he wants. It's not surprising when people who have the beliefs that they inherently are better than somebody else because of their race or their gender, because Jeffree Star also has a little bit of a history of not treating women and particularly young girls the right way, with any respect, I should say. That once they get enough power and enough influence and enough notoriety and right now money, that they're just going to continue that cycle. They're going to continue to perpetuate. That's just a way that they prove to themselves that, look, I am better than everybody else. I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew I was better than everybody else. And that's exactly what's going on right now. And guess who did that? We did that. We did that as a community. We all forgave. We all forgot. So, what are we going to do about it now? Well, you can go ahead and unsubscribe. That'd be great. You could stop buying his beauty products. That'd be great. You know what it is. You know that you vote with your dollar. JSC Cosmetics. Let's not do that anymore. Oh, formerly Lip Nazi Cosmetics. If you guys want to look into that. His original name for his lipstick line was Lipstick Nazi. Surprise, surprise. And that's all you can really do, honestly. I mean, I am not one for like, let's form a hate mob and cancel them, but just stop engaging with it. Stop spending money on this person. Stop putting money in their pockets. Stop watching their videos. I have not watched a Jeffree Star video in a while, and it's just because, like, I can't do it without, in the back of my head, like, just thinking, like, fucking ass, like, this dude's such a jerk, like, but that's all you can really do. You vote with your click. That's the real thing that people don't think about, is every click, you vote with that click, even if it's just, like, taking a look, even if it's just watching a video. That's a vote saying, I endorse this person. I endorse this person and I like what they are doing. And that's something that I can't do. And I get it. His cosmetics are good. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm not saying they're not quality. I've gone into the Morphe store and touched that shit. I have one JSC liquid lip, and I feel so guilty about it now. It's so stupid. I feel guilty. Don't feel guilty if you supported Jeffree Star. Don't feel guilty if you didn't know and now you know. Like, there's nothing you can do about that. There's nothing you can do about the $1 you spent yesterday. All you can do is today. So today, go unsubscribe today. Fucking don't watch his videos. Go unfollow him on Twitter and Instagram. I don't know, whatever the fuck else social media he has. I think, what is it, like Snapchat, TikTok, whatever the fuck he has, go unfollow him. Just, Shady, what are you doing? It's not worth it. And don't be hard on yourself. If you are a Jeffree Star stan, which I know these people are out there in droves. Oh my God. He has some of the most committed fans out there. They love him. And I don't blame them. Like, I can't blame them. He's cool. Like I'm not saying he doesn't have the most amazing look. I'm not saying he doesn't come out with bomb-ass products. I'm not saying any of that. I'm saying that he's a bad person and you shouldn't want to endorse him in that way. And you should educate yourself on it. I hope that the people who support Jeffree Star really take the time to think about these issues, because you're just going to keep perpetuating the cycle if you keep telling him that his behavior is okay. All right, it's been 20 minutes. I gotta get out of here. I gotta stop. Shady. Shady. Look over here, please. Shady, come here, sit. He's not gonna sit for you guys, not sitting me. Shady, come. Hey. He's so distracted by something. Shady, sit down, please. Sit down, please, baby. Come on. Good boy. Good boy, Shay. You're such a good dog. Can I have your paw? No, a kiss? How about a boop? Touch? Touch? Touch. He's like, you're not even looking at me. I'm not going to look at you. Shady, let me have your paw. Thank you. Say bye.